Hello students, I am your English mentor and today I have come to you with yet another interesting story and it's called 2 and 3. Now, it's a very weird name, right? Because we always find very interesting titles, but this one is very different. So, what's 2 and what's 3? Let us read to understand this. Let's begin. So, in a small village in Himachal lived an old man and his wife. So, once upon a time, there was a very small village in Himachal, and there used to live a couple, an old man and his wife. So, both were over 70 and both loved one another. So, they were both 70 plus in age and they loved each other very much. So only 5 other families lived in this tiny village, and the village was so small that except from them, only 5 more families stayed there. So in the entire village, only 6 families were there, out of which this couple was one. So one cold winter evening, the old man and his wife were sitting inside their hut. So they were both sitting together and it was a very cold day outside. Outside, it was snowing. Suddenly, the old man looked up and said, I wish we could have some pakoras. So, since it was snowing outside, the old man said, I wish if we could have pakoras right now. So, I very much feel like eating pakoras today. So, even in the raining or the snowing season, we always feel like eating things of this sort and they really wanted to eat it. So I'll see if there is any basin in the house. His wife replied. She got up and opened the tin of basin. So she said that okay, I'll just go and check that how much basin do we have and then I'll make the pakoras. So she got up and checked the tin of basin. Oh, there's only a little bit here. Only a little bit of basin is right here. She said, it's too cold to go out and buy more. So I shall make pakoras from this little bit of basin. She thought that it's already so cold outside. So there's no point in going outside and buying more basin. Let's just make the pakoras of the basin that we have. And then the old woman lighted the fire and made pakoras. She made 5. She gave her husband 3 pakoras and herself took 2. So, when she made those pakoras, she gave 3 to her husband and kept 2 for herself. Right after that, but the old man could not take the pakoras. How can I eat 3 when you are getting only 2? He said. Take 1 pakoda from me. Now, as you can see in the image that the old man said to the women that how can I eat 3 pakoras when you have just 2? So, I want you to have more. So, you can take these 3 and I'll have the other 2. So, 2 pakoras are enough for me. Enough here means sufficient. So, the lady said that I am okay with 2. I am not even hungry. So, his wife replied, it is you who asked for them. You take 3 now. Tomorrow, I shall get some more basin from the shop and make pakoras. I can then take 1 more than you. So, she said that since you were very, inclined and you really wanted to have pakoras today, you can have 3 and I'll have 2. And tomorrow, I'll get basin from the market and then I can have 1 more than you tomorrow. So, we'll see about that later. The old man said, but today you must eat 3 pakoras. So, the old man said that for tomorrow we'll decide later, but for now you are going to have 3 pakoras. So, they kept arguing like this all evening. For the entire evening they kept on arguing. Night fell, but they had not eaten the pakoras. At last, they agreed on a plan. So the night came and finally it was time for them to sleep. but still they had not eaten those pakoras because the fight or the argument had not come to an end, that who would eat 3 and who would eat 2. So they finally agreed on a plan. It's quite late, they said, that we have passed an entire day just arguing that who will have 3 and who will have 2. So let us go to sleep now. Tomorrow morning, the one who gets up first will have to eat 3 pakoras. So they decided that whosoever gets up first is going to have 3 pakoras and the other one will have 2 only. So they both went to sleep. Morning came, but they kept still, uh, but they kept lying in bed, eyes closed. Each wanted the other to get up first, for each wanted to see the other one to have 3 pakoras. Now, when they both went to sleep, and then even the morning came, so they didn't want to wake up. Why? Because they wanted their partner to wake up first so that they can see them eat 3 pakoras and have the other 2. So it grew quite late and the sun rose high in the sky. But still, they would not get up. Now, it was getting late. The sun rose, it was afternoon, and even the evening time came. But they did not get up. The neighbors saw that their doors were still closed. They got worried. Since only 6 families were there altogether, except for them, only 5 were there. So they got a little worried that why didn't they wake up this morning? And since they are very old, did anything happen to them or is it all right? So, what is the matter with the old couple? They said. They still have not got up. Let us go and find out if they are all right. So they all discussed and said that where are they and why did they not get up? So, is everything fine with them? We should maybe just go and check up with them. And then the neighbors went and knocked at the door. When the neighbors went and knocked their place, do you think they are going to wake up or not? Let's see. So, they called out to the old couple, but there was no reply from inside. All the people kept on calling for them, but none of them woke up. Then the neighbors hammered on the door with their fist, but still the door remained closed. Now they got really worried. This time the neighbors were knocking and hammering the door with their fist. Fist is this. So still they did not open the door. And now all the neighbors got very worried that why are they not responding or why are they not opening the door. So we shall have to break the door, they said. The old couple may be ill. So they thought that they are not doing well and which is why we should now break this door. And after that, so they brought an axe and broke open the door. Then they went in and saw the old man and his wife lying on their cots with eyes closed. So they all thought that once they will open the door, they will see what is going on in there. And they all bought their eggs, and with that eggs, they opened the door. They went in and they saw that the couple were on their cots and their eyes were still closed. Oh no, they said, and they thought that they are no more. So, right after that, they are both dead. Let us take them to the burning place. Now, all the neighbors thought that they are both dead. Now, we should take them to the burning place. So, when the old man heard this, he shot up in alarm. He realized that they would both be burnt alive. So, when the old man heard this, he realized that all these people are going to burn us alive and this is not what we want. So he woke up at once and then, oh, very well, he cried, I shall eat 3 and you can eat the other 2. So he rose up and said that I'll have 3 and you can have 2. And this is how they ended up the conversation. On hearing this, the old women also shot up and cried, that's what I have been telling you all this time. If you had listened to me, we could have eaten them last night. then we would not have gone hungry all night, but we can eat them now. So, when his wife heard this, even she sprang up and said that that's what I was saying for the entire day. If you would have agreed to it last night, then we would not have slept with hungry stomachs. And now, we were all hungry, so now let's just eat them up, right? So when the neighbors heard this, they were alarmed. Why? Because the old man said, I'll eat up three, and he said to his wife that you can eat up two. And how many other families were remaining? Five only. So there was this big confusion that happened. So they ran out of the door shouting, Run, run for your life. The ghost of the old man and his wife are after us. They are going to eat us up. The old man ghost will get up, will eat up three families, and his wife ghost will eat up the other two families in the village. So they all thought that now both the old man and his wife are dead and their ghost is roaming around. So the old man will eat three families and his wife will eat two families. So they all started running for their life. They got so afraid of both of them. And then the old man and his wife were surprised. So they ran after the neighbors to tell them that they were not ghosts. So both of them started running behind them to tell them that we are not ghosts and nothing has happened to us. So at this, the neighbors were even more frightened. They ran faster still. So when they said that we are not ghosts, they felt more scared and they started running faster. So it became a very funny scenario wherein the old man and the women are running after all the neighbors and all the neighbors are running for their life. So much later, the old man and his wife took the neighbors told the neighbors about the pakoras. When they heard this, they burst out laughing. So, much later, they told all their neighbors about this pakoda story and everybody started laughing out loud. So that day, the old women brought more basin from the shop and made lots of pakodas for everyone. So she went to a shop, purchased basin, and made more pakodas. Then she invited everyone in the village for a feast of pakoras. So she threw a party wherein she invited all her neighbors to eat some pakoras. You see, she was sorry that she and her old man had given everyone such a fright. So they were feeling very sorry that they had, you know, uh, brought so much of anxiety in everyone and they were all afraid and scared of what was happening to the old couple. So this was our entire chapter on 2 and 3. So this confusion was very interesting that how the couple decided to divide the five pakoras as 3 and 2 and the villagers thought that the couple is going to eat them up. And this was a very interesting and a very different stories of whatever you have read till now. And since this has come to an end, the moral of this story is still that we should always make things clear and we should not be in a situation of confusing the other people. Now, we are going to attempt some conceptual based questions together. First up, we have the MCQs. Herein, you will see one question has three options, and out of those three options, only one option is correct. So, are you going to help me identify what that correct option is? Yes. So, let's begin. That how many other families lived in the tiny village? There were 3, 4, or 5. They were 5. Now, how many pakoras did the old women give to her husband? 2, 4, or 3. So, she gave 3 pakoras to her husband. When did the old couple get up next day? Early morning, noon, or evening. So they woke up in the evening. So how did the villagers break the door? With the hammer, with the axe, with the stick. So they brought an axe and then Who came for the feast of pakoras? Villagers, relatives, or kids? It was villagers. And now we'll see that who said these words and to whom. I wish we could have some pakoras. So the old man said this to his wife. So we will write old man and he said this to his wife. So, oh, there's only a little bit here. So this was said by the wife to the old man. Now take one more pakoda from me. This was said by the old man to his wife. And then we shall have to break the door. Who said this? Neighbor said this to themselves. And then run for your life. So this was again said by neighbors to one amongst themselves only. And now you are going to answer these descriptive questions in your notebook and you are going to find answers to these questions from the chapter itself. Now moving on, we will see some word building exercises. So some adjectives are positive, means good, and some adjectives are negative or bad. Put these adjectives from the cloud into the correct column. So now we are going to put the good and the bad adjectives right as per their meaning. So bright, is it a good word or a bad word? It's a good word. So we can write it here. Next up we have nice. So nice is also a positive word. Then we have happy. Happy is also a positive word. Then we have drab. Drab is a negative word. And now you are going to fill in the other four by yourself. Let's see the other question now. So match the words on the left with the opposites. So the opposite of cold is hot. And then happy is sad. Ugly is pretty. Old is new. Slow is fast. Fat is thin. Drab is bright. And short is tall. So this is how we are going to match all of these. And now let's move to the next part. Herein you will see the let's do grammar part. So the concept here is that in the earlier class we learned about position words in, on and under. They tell us about the position of a noun or a pronoun. Position words are also called prepositions. So in third class, we have already told you about what are position words, and therein we studied about in, on or under. But this time we are going to learn something new, that these position words are also called prepositions. So some other prepositions are behind, between and near. So read these sentences. The cup is on the table. As you can see that the cup is on the table. The family lived in the tiny village. Where is the family living? In the tiny village. And then the cat is under the table. So the cat is under the chair and the cup was on the table. The tree is between the bushes. As you can see, not this one, but tree is between the bushes. After that, a small lamp was burning near her. Near means close to. And then the thief hid behind the curtain. So where was the thief hiding? Behind the curtain. So the words on, in, under, between, near, behind, they are all position words. They are all prepositions. So Now look at the pictures and fill in the blanks with in, on, under, behind, between or near. So let's start off. The fruits are dash the bag. The fruits are in the bag. Then we have the cat is dash the tree. The cat is under the tree. The children are dash the log. The children are behind the log. And the girl is sitting on the sofa. The girl is sitting on the sofa. So the other two left are between and near. So let's see some more. That the table is between the chairs. The table is between the chairs. The birds are near the window. The birds are near the window. And now you are going to do some listening time and pronunciation activity by yourself. Moving ahead, we will see some let's write and fun time activity just for your refreshment. So with this, we have come to an end, and I hope that you really liked this chapter and topic very much. So now keep revising and work hard for your exams. I hope to see you super soon with some more new topics and lesson. Till then, take care of yourself and bye bye.